Well, hello there and welcome to the channel, and in this video we're going to be talking about what jobs we've got planned for June in our exotic garden, myself and Lorna. So what we're going to do, we're going to have a walk around, see what we're going to think about doing. It might not be any relevant to you, but there might be something then that will save you a little bit of work further down the line. So well, just be aware that any jobs that I might have allocated to Lorna may start getting repeated from month to month as they don't get done. Don't tell her that because she'll probably have a go at me. Anyway, let's get on with it. Okay, so any jobs that are going to hurt my soft southern fingers is probably a job I'm going to end up giving to Lorna. So we've got a lovely cactus here that is getting too big for that pot, so that's going to have to be repotted. Got the box plants here, just struggling with box caterpillar moth. That's something that you need to deal with. Really all you can do is try and find the caterpillars, pick them off and throw them for the birds. And both these really probably going to need a trim up because they're starting to look untidy. This one is a replacement, which is why the shape's not so good in it, because the previous one was completely stripped apart by caterpillar moth. Over here we've got a little display here, but I want to try and get this cactus in the ground here. That's another Lorna job. And we did a bit more shopping, bought some more plants. I wanted to get some really scented plants around the seating areas that we've got. We've got scented geranium, which has got an absolutely lovely citrusy smell to that. Then there's a helichrysum here, the curry plant. Again, you brush that and you get a really strong smell of curry that we get into these two pots here. And I'm not sure if our Abyssinian banana is going to come back, so I picked up another one. I mean, they're ever so cheap. So again, all just hardening off it. Oh yeah, no, lovely. Keeping out my eye for one of these, a euphorbia, lovely purple form there called Miner's Merlot. But that again, it's going to go into the back bordeaux rear. So come the spring, we've got a lot of colourful growth coming through, and not much else is happening. Oh, can I just point out, Lorna did finish off all the concreting, so the patio has been completed, and the panel that's been waiting to go up, that's also up in place. So we're kind of finishing this area, and Lorna's been creating a potarium, as she would say, which not quite convinced by the range of plants in it, and you know, look a lot better once they're a bit bigger. Some might have to be changed out, a lot of that Madeira and geranium there, but on the whole it's okay, and give it another 6 weeks or so, it should look quite lush. Now the wind is getting up, so I apologise if it's affecting the sound, but we've still got a load of rain forecasts this week. In fact, it's raining every single day really until next weekend, and this brings back the problem, or the continuing problem, of slugs and snails, which we've had a right old run of it this year. So make sure that you get your slug pub sorted out, make sure you're doing your walks around, any other sorts of slug management that works for you, you can put that in place. But if you're hard enough, then you can always pop out at night and have a little look and see how your beer traps are getting on. Let's have a look at this one. Try and hold the torch and the camera at the same time. Oh my flipping goodness, look at that. That is, well, I think I just got in there for a little break. None of them are falling in the trap, but look at that. That is fantastic. I'm really pleased with how effective that beer trap's been tonight. Now, whatever you do, don't ask me what happened to him. You don't want to know. Now, warm days and strong winds means that all your basket plants are likely to dry out so much quicker than usual. So make sure that these are checked on a daily basis. You know, in extremely high temperatures, then these could need watering twice a day. Any gaps or spaces that have occurred either through death over the winter, or plants that we've just moved around because they weren't performing as well as they should be, we've been popping out and buying some more plants to replace them. This is obviously quite a shady border in the garden, so we've been putting some shade loving plants like this lovely fuchsia here, and this absolutely gorgeous Coleus crimson gold, my favourite Coleus. Keep an eye out on any climbers that may be getting a little bit rampant. I mean, we're trying to get this Vitis cognito to climb over this whole frame, so I've had to remove a load of this branch work in the tree to stop it from going up into the tree and then having that running away. So now that's just a big gap, so that won't happen anymore. We've still got a lot of plants that we bought as root cuttings at the beginning of the spring, planted on. Now they are growing, but unfortunately at the moment they really haven't established in the pot, so you can't really start moving these around or planting them until these roots are properly established. Let me see if I can show you. See, it looks healthy enough, but as soon as you take it out, there's absolutely no root ball there at all. Ooh. So that's going to have to wait a few more weeks. This is, if you're interested, that's an agapanthus. Can you just see that? There's actually got a flower spike coming through already, really small, lovely. And see that little flower there? Looks like a jasmine. I haven't got any jasmines in the garden. You know, again, we say this every single time, but keep an eye on your weeds, keep on top of them. You don't want them growing, producing flowers and subsequently producing seeds, and you'll have seeds everywhere and a load more weeds. So that's always a timely job. Keep your weeds down to the minimum level as you possibly can, because believe me, it saves you so much more time in the future. Another thing is any pot plants, especially plants grown in porous pots like terracotta pots, just keep an eye on watering. Don't overwater, because that's one of the worst things you can do, but certainly during the heat of the day, and again, like I said before, you know, if it's windy and it's hot, they just dry like that. And in worst case scenario, you might need to water once in the morning and the second time in the evening. That's how bad it can be, and how quickly you can lose pot grown plants to the heat and the sun. Now, I know you thought I'd kind of finished with hardening off, but no, still got more stuff to come out the greenhouse. And you know, being June, this means you've got to be even more careful with your hardening off. You put greenhouse grown plants straight out into full sun, then all they're going to do is scorch and ruin. And if they're too small or too weak, you could actually kill the plant through scorching. What you have to do is bring it out, put it in the shade, then over a period of 10 days to 14 days, build up the amount of light it gets during the day. Start off with morning or afternoon sun, because it's like your own fair skin. Look at that, that is like a, I don't know, a 20-year-old girl, that skin. It's very soft, it's very soft. You need to build up its you know, what's it called? It's called the sorry, that was a senior moment. The epidermis, the surface of the skin, it needs to become thicker, it needs to become more waxy, and it will cope with the ultraviolet light. It's the ultraviolet light that will burn the surface of the surface layer of cells on the plant. It's also the ultraviolet light that will burn your skin until the melanin builds up to help protect it. So yeah, epidermis. With the red hot pokers, these are still in flower, though they're coming to an end. You can see it's all sort of flower down here, and that's over, and then we've got a little bit left to go. So probably got another week or so of colour here. This is Nyphophia coalescens, which is the early large flowering Nyphophia. One of my favourites, and I'm going to be taking some root cuttings off of this at the end of the year and plant some more over there, because I would really like to see a bit more colour over that in the spring. But once I have finished flowering, you know, which will still be in June, then just to keep the garden tidy, I'd like to remove these flowering stalks, you know, straight to the bottom there, and it keeps that plant looking tidy. Actually, there's one last job that I want to do in June. Let's take some cuttings of salvia and coleus, both really easy to take cuttings. All you got to do is take a non-flowering stem shoot like this. Oh, there's a bit of a flower thing on there, but just keep an eye out. You don't want anything like that, it's no good. Oh look, there we go. Oh, is it? Anyway, a non-flowering stem shoot like that. Take the leaves off the bottom 2/3, and really you can just place that in water. You can put that in soil if you want, but very easy. I've done plenty of videos on how to make salvias from cuttings, and if you want to see that video, then I'll leave it there, but don't forget to watch the end of this video until you go and see it. Oh, one last job, I've got to repair the chain on this hanging basket. This is a Bolivian forest cactus from Bolivia, no less, possibly Peru too. That's got to be fixed. As well, I come to water it. Water is just going to pour out the top, so that's no good. I keep meaning to do that one. So there you have it. There are all the jobs that I've got in mind to do in our exotic garden in June. I don't know if that's been any use to you, but it does. It's more important just to walk around, have a look around, and just try and identify jobs that need doing before things get carried away. Anyway, thanks for watching, and if you've got anything you'd like to add, any jobs that you think we should be doing in the garden, then let us know. Put that in the comments. We would love to hear from you. Anyway, thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video. Goodbye. Well, if you enjoyed that, we've got plenty more videos for you to look at. Just have a quick search into our video library. Otherwise, you can check on this one here. And if that's not your cup of tea, try that one there. Enjoy these while I've still got the energy to do them.